Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, we'll be going through the best Shimmer pick from R0 to R6 for PvE only. So the previous video I made for this Shimmer tier list was like 10 months ago, and then of course we don't have really a lot of new Shimmer add in, and then there's no like major change into the Shimmer tier list, so I did not make the video until now. We can finally make the video, and now we can take a look like which Shimmer after the buff they have the most value in terms of the Reso range. I'll be putting in here. So I'll be separating this video into R0, R2 and R6 analysis also, and this tier list here will base on PvE consideration only, which is like Falsetto Fantasy, Ritual Miracles, Desolate Land, Infinity Tower, Story and Trial. I will be also inside the consideration, but they are not the main consideration in my opinion. I'll be more focusing in the PvE endgame content, which is like Ritual Miracle, Desolate Land and also Falsetto Fantasy. These three are the main consideration from my tier list. So this tier list here, right, there's three categories: Shimmer, and this one is special, and then this one is free. So there's three tiers. So this Shimmer tier here is the Shimmer that you can obtain through the Shimmer Reverb, the newbie Shimmer Reverb that won't include these 5 new Shimmer that is not included in the Reverb. So I listed that as a special Shimmer tier. Then for the free tier, I'll be putting them into the tier list as well, but they are not the Esper that you should go for summon. You can't summon them, right? So you can only summon these few Esper. And now let's take a look. The first one is Tolan. So Tolan, in my opinion, I'll put him at strong tier. Is because even if you're watching this video, if you're a newbie or you're a late game player, Tolan is actually used in PvE content, but as a suicide strategy. You want him to die to let him apply the debuff to the boss, the final passage debuff to the boss, and it's more used for speed run content, like for PvE, Ritual Miracle, ranking leaderboard stuff. Then Tolan is very useful. But in my opinion, I won't say he's at the highest priority because there's more better Esper that can cover more content. But overall, I would say Tolan is around the highest priority and strong. But for major cases, if you're not endgame player, then I won't say Tolan you should get it. You only get Tolan for PvE content if you are trying to do speedrun. If you don't do speedrun, then Tolan for you is pretty useless. Then for Jiangzhuli, so Jiangzhuli actually get buffed very strong. It's one of the meta Esper for PvP now. But for PvE, in my opinion, I would still say he's kind of like at a good range, not at the highest priority or somewhere low, because he does help you do some damage, but overall it's more towards for PvP. Because PvE, even if you ignore the defense, but the HP cap of the enemy is pretty high, so the damage on Jiangzhuli isn't that strong and not consistent because you only do a lot of damage in the demon mode. Then for Cecilia, I'll put her at haha tier because she's pretty useless in PvE. Revive kit, but in PvE you don't really need the revive kit, so I'll put her at haha tier. Okay, then for Raven, I'll put it somewhere at highest priority and strong. But I'll put it at strong tier, same as Tolan, because Raven is more about speed run. Like Tolan is for speedrun Ritual Miracle, then Raven is also one of the unit that is doing for speedrun Ritual Miracle, and also maybe for tower content, and maybe time to time there's also trial content as well. But overall, I won't say Raven is the highest priority as well, so I'll put her at the strong tier. Then the next one is Shenpin. So Shenpin here, I'll put it at the highest priority as well. One of the best buffer until now. Even from her release until now, she's still the best buffer, even though her R0 will make you have accidentally stun. But overall, her buff is pretty unique. The assist kit in her also is very strong. So overall, I'll put her at highest priority. Still one of the best PvE buffer you can have. Unas. So Unas here definitely at the highest priority now, on par with Shenpin. So now you can actually see people question like, should I get Unas or should I get Shenpin? This is a question that you won't imagine that it will actually happen one day. Like they actually buff Unas, and the Unas buff is massive. So if you don't know, if you're a player that is just joined the game, if you have no idea what kind of buff Unas get, you can go check out my other Unas buff video. But overall, he is now the meta AP pusher you can have. So if Shenpin is the best buffer in the PvE content, Unas will be the best AP pusher in the PvE content, also providing you a PvE speed leader buff as well. 35% is very strong and very consistent AP push, one of the best unit you can have for Dislyte land. For Philosopher Fantasy, not really, but I do see usage for Dark Starlord if you have him at a high Reso. But overall, even at R0, I will highly recommend you to get Unas, but it really depends if you want to get Champion or Unas first. I pick either one. Okay, then the next one is gonna be Nusi. So overall, Nusi, I'll put her at good tier. Like, she is very good for tower content, but if the main three consideration for today, the tier list is gonna be Philosopher Fantasy, Ritual Miracle, and Dislyte land, right? Nusi is not gonna shine for that three content. Nusi is mainly shine in PvE, which is like story stages, like tower content. That's where Nusi shines. But overall, I won't say Nusi is that high priority now, even though she get a buff, but I won't say she's that high priority in PvE. Okay, Anna, I'll put her at strong tier now. So Anna is a brain dead esper for your journey, even it's like early game or maybe mid game. It's a very good carry, but if you too rely on Anna, you probably miss the fun of the strategic in Dislyte. Like, I saw players that just use Anna for their content, like even tower content, they're using Anna just to keep counter attacking to the boss, and they auto the whole content when there's some difficulty to the tower, like a multi-hitter that actually counters Anna. Then they are like, oh, how do I clear this content? Because they always use Anna in their gameplay, which will actually make their brain cell downgrade in a way, right? So overall, I would say Anna is a very strong esper for new player to like carry you until end game. But when you reach end game and when your point war is around like 16 above, then the whole meta is like a whole new meta. There's no longer Anna on the high end PvP. So I would say Anna is not that high priority now. Like, if I play a gacha game and I'm going to play a long term, right? When I play long term, I want to pick an esper that can follow me for a long run. Then I'll probably recommend Champion or Unas will be following you for a long run. For Anna, you're gonna have a very fast progression for your early to mid game, but when you reach end game, then you'll hit something stuck. So overall, I won't put Anna at the highest priority. I'll put her at strong. Then the next one is Teva. So Teva at R0, I would say is somewhere good to strong now. But I'll put it at good. The reason why I put it at good is because there's a lot of DPS that can actually replace Teva now. Like, Teva is still pretty unique for his kit, but overall, like in terms of DPS of Teva, I can find a lot of replacement that does better than Teva overall. So I'll put him at good instead of strong. Okay, then now let's take a look at the special esper, which is the esper that you cannot pick through the Shimmer Reverb. You can only get them through summons, which is your own Shimmer record. Alright, so if your own Shimmer record here, I will recommend you Wu Yu. For PvE, right, I'll put Wu Yu at good tier, or maybe strong tier. Okay, somewhere here. Wu Yu, I'll put her at strong. Like, Wu Yu is a unit that can be used in Philosopher Fantasy for a full defender team. It's actually a pretty strong unit for you to do DPS. And Philosopher Fantasy can be used in Shadow Glow in a way we used to use Wu Yu in Shadow Glow one time. And then Wu Yu is very strong in story stages and also tower content as well. It's as brain dead as Anna if you're a full defender team, but in terms of long-term investment, Wu Yu have a better value than Anna overall. Alright, so I'll put Wu Yu here as strong even at PvE content. Then for Iki here, I'll put it at somewhere good to strong, but I'll put him at good because Iki is kind of like Wu Yu. You can use both of them to help you cleave certain content. Overall, their usage is also very strong, but I will say the value of Iki in PvE is slightly lower than Wu Yu. Okay, Moriyama at R0, I would say is at somewhere haha and good. Like, he does a very good job for one-shotting, but in PvE it's pretty hard to one-shot. So overall, I'll put it at somewhere good to haha tier at R0. Maybe at higher Reso you have a better perspective, but at R0 I'll put him at haha. Okay, then for Petros here, I will put him at haha as well because he's mainly built for PvP content. So in PvE, there's not really a usage for him overall, so I'll put him at haha. Then for Zihe, I'll put her at the highest priority as well. She's doing very strong in Desert Land, one of the main damage taken increase unit you can have in Desert Land. And then for Faster to Fantasy, it's usable but not like meta unit. But overall, I'll put her at highest priority. It's on par with Unas and Champagne, or maybe Zihe is kind of like the strong range. It's between strong and highest priority overall. But if I have to think twice, yeah, I'll put probably on par with them. It's like kind of like Champagne. She can be a Champagne. Champagne can be something like her. But in terms of usage, Champagne have a more wider range instead of her. Okay, then for Mingshuo, I will say he's at strong, even at R0. The damage, the defense ignore is very strong. The damage multiplier is very strong as well. But if you can get Mingshuo, means you're already at late endgame. Then for Everett here, I'll put her at haha, put him at haha because it doesn't bring too much value at R0. Alright, then we already finished the R0 part. Now let's take a look at R2. Alright, so the R2 part here is more about is the Reso, the R2 value is chaseable. Like let's say every Esper here in the pool now currently is at R1, and which Esper have the highest priority to get to R2. So this is the consideration. The first one is Unas. So Unas R2 effect is pretty strong. I won't say it's the highest priority because it's just attack up buff. While attack up buff is actually a pretty common buff that you can provide, like a lot of buffer in the game can provide attack up buff, so it's like something good to have, but I would say not the highest priority to go for. Then for Champagne, I would say the highest priority in terms of R2, because the R2 will remove Champagne's S2 stun, which actually makes your whole team a lot more less RNG, because you don't have to worry about the stun to mess up your whole team. So I would say Champagne R2 have the highest priority. Okay, then for Anna R2, I would say is somewhere at good, not as high priority as the others, but I would say somewhere good to strong. But for now, I'll put it as strong. Then for Tolan here at R2, I'll put him at haha because you don't want the Reso on Tolan in PvE, doesn't matter. Then for Raven R2, I'll put her as strong. You're doing speed cleave or trial content, time to time the R2 reset for her passive is actually will come in handy. Then for Taver R2, I'll put him as strong as well. They no longer need creep. But in terms of the value, if I have to compare to them, maybe I'll put Taver at good. Then for Jiang Julie here, the R2 effect, somewhere good to haha, but I'll put him at good. Then for the Shimmer of Nusi R2 effect is pretty strong as well. I will put her at good, but not that important. I would say they are on par. Then for Cecilia, it's just at haha tier. Who cares about revive in PvE? Okay, then for Wuyu, R2 effect here at Wuyu, I would say it's overall is pretty strong. More damage increase for overall for your Faster Fantasy if you're using Wuyu in your team. Moriyama R2 here, I'll put it somewhere haha to good here, but I'll start putting Moriyama at good now at R2 value. Iki as well, I'll put him at good. For Iki, I have a usage for Faster Fantasy Propagator. Petros, I'll put him at haha, and Zihe, I'll put her at strong. So in terms of R2 value, and Mingshuo R2 at strong, then you're gonna be haha. Alright, so in terms of R2 value, the effect of the Reso, Champagne definitely have the highest priority to get R2. It reduces a lot of the RNG. Then the rest of the R2 you can base on this one: strong tier, good tier, and haha tier. Okay, then after that, let's take a look at the R6 effect. Right, then let's take a look at the R6. So R6 here, based on the Reso effect of R6 and how high the priority is it to get R6. The first one is Champagne. So Champagne R6 here is something extra to min-maxing for your whole high score, or else it doesn't really matter too much. I would still say the effect of R6 of Champagne is a very strong effect, but in terms of like the priority value, I wouldn't say it's that high. Then Cecilia straight go to haha. Then for Raven R6 effect, have a very niche usage. Like if you have Raven R6, probably you can do a cleave team that no one ever done it yet, because there's only a very few whale or maybe some user that have R6 Raven, and probably they didn't figure out how to use the R6 Raven to do a speed comp yet, because now Raven have a speed leader buff, and then the Raven's R6 effect will make her defend break first, and the defend break cannot be resist. It will have a very potential usage for PvE content. So overall, I'll still put Raven at strong tier for now. but I'm not sure if she's strong tier or maybe good tier at R6. But for now, I'll put her at strong. Anna at R6, I'll put her at good, probably for tower content, but basically that's it. Or maybe in Falsetto Fantasy, if you have lack of unit for damage, she can be like a sub DPS thing, but overall I'll put her at good. Then for Unas, definitely the highest priority for R6. The game-changing effect of the game is Unas, giving your whole team 200 speed, while also have a 100% chance of dispelling buff. He have the potential to fit into a Dark Starlord team probably, but he is definitely the main unit in Desolate Land. If you don't have a Unas in Desolate Land, you will see a big changes in terms of the score for your Desolate Land's high score. Teva R6 effect, I'll put him as strong. Like, it's a very unique effect, like for the SCs to S1, but the damage actually get outshined by the other elemental Esper that is non-Shimmer. So overall I'll put that Teva as strong. Probably in the future when they buff Teva will be like the highest priority. But for now he's strong, but he is replaceable. Then for Jiang Chuli at R6 is more about PvP, so I'll put him in good. Then for Tolan, haha, because when you go so high Reso, your Tolan can't die and you can't even do Ritual Miracle. Then for Nusi R6 is mainly for PvP as well. It's not about PvE, so I'll put her at somewhere haha to good tier. But I'll see some usage or some niche usage in tower content. Maybe in the future they're gonna add in like who else? Maybe put in Sui Zai in the Infinity Tower or Thunderous Tower. Then maybe the Nusi R6 effect come in handy to not let them counter attack you. Then for Wu Yu R6 effect is just damage increase, so I'll put her at good instead of strong. Petros, it doesn't matter in PvE. Iki, I would say good, but nothing too much. Moriyama R6, I'll put her at strong because we actually start to find Moriyama R6 is freaking strong in Falsetto Fantasy. He just keep getting turns and turns from his R6 AP boost and then also dealing a lot of damage. So for now, Moriyama R6 is one of the meta for Falsetto Fantasy with his defense ignore at level 70. His attack is higher than the boss, then he can defense ignore 85% of it and then keep getting AP push with his R6 effect. Is getting very strong effect. Then for Zihe R6, I'll put strong as well. Double S3 means you fasten the damage taken of the enemy. It's a very strong effect for Desolate Land. Then for Mingxuo is also as strong, but highest priority as well if you want to say, but somewhere strong to highest priority, but he's free anyway, so you're gonna get him R6 anyway. Then for Everett is that haha, it doesn't matter in PvE content. Okay, so this will be the tier list for mine Shimmer tier list. This is updated until April, so hope this Shimmer tier list actually help you guys out. Maybe I don't know if you're an endgame player when you're watching this video or newbie player. I hope this Reso breakdown will actually let you have a better in mind like which Shimmer Esper you should go for if you're playing for PvE content. Alright, so hope you guys enjoy the video. Feel free to comment down what do you guys think about it or which part you disagree about it. You can feel free to let me know. Then maybe there's something like I mislook or I forgotten about it. Alright, hope you guys enjoy the video and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is Jen MP, Epic Bullet Boy, Sky Elk, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwatts, Rimu, Chani, Antonio Winterspoon, Emu Kragan, Calamity, Rocco Senzions, Jordan Alons, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest tab. Thank you so much for Code Wardeners, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chani. Thank you so much for your support.